Alright. I apparently missed a prayer bead. It's off, unfortunately. No, maybe crap. Holy moly. It was on earlier, once I get on here, I can't really have it. If I don't want the VOD to be muted, otherwise I would love to. Ow. Get out of here, my guy. I don't know where it is, but there's a prayer bead somewhere. It's an important item. What idol is this? Oops. There it is. Tree, so... It's not where it is? Unless I got it, I don't know that I got it. Hang on, how do I check? The power went out at the movie theater? You're kidding me. You're actually kidding me. I don't know. Oh, no, it's above these guys. You bought a liquid death. What is a liquid death? These guys are insane. It's water in a can? Why is it called liquid death? been up here too. Alright, give me a second, because I'm trying to find something that's apparently difficult to find. You're at this thing, right? Turn left. Well, it depends which way you're facing, but sure. Oh. Shame. Liquid death. And it's water. It's interesting. Where am I now? Under Shrine Valley. Okay, literally. It's right here. It says press square, but that is not working out for me so well. There we go. We go up. We... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I understand why you killed him now. Really? There it is. What else is in here? What does it taste like? Does it have a flavoring or anything? I can't believe their power went out, though. Like, that's something. Away! I've been shot. Some of them. Some of them are. Some of them are not. What's weird too is I'll post reels. I'll get a bunch of views on a reel. I'll post more reels and they won't show it to anybody. It's like it never got uploaded. No For You page TikToks. Yeah, my TikToks are apparently going on the For You page. Believe it or not. But it's not, they don't get that many views. I just feel like what it is people don't care. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just like, you know, like I'm under the impression that like less people care that much about Fortnite. I'm sure there's communities where they do, but maybe it's not as many people. To me, pick someone else. Oh, you dick. Dude, I keep screwing up. Liquid Death Dog Toy? Kidding me? Yeah, who's the best? Heck yes, dude. Dude, my Target had Pride Month dog toys. I thought that was amazing. Like a whole little section in one of the aisles. Oh my god. Whatever, the boss is dead, or the mini boss. That's good. Just in case you wanted your dog to be Rainbow. You saw that. The mini boss stays dead though. So we're good. It was just unfortunate. It made me look way less cool. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. You know what? Alright. I see the hole. I jump the hole. We're good. We're getting shot at a lot. Which isn't very fair because I don't have a gun. Oh my god. Does a lot too. Oh. it. It was very, like, very memeable moment, wasn't it? Where's the idol? I need to rest at the idol. I see an item, too. Oh, I see a few items. Oh my god. I'm glad. Dude, I would kill... Gosh! Oh my god. Get up! Bruv. Stop playing around. Out of here. Did you know there was gonna be a hole? Did you expect that? I didn't expect it. Oh my god. Commune. Rest before they come shoot me. Now I'm curious about this other direction here. Yeah, unfortunate. If anyone asks, we were not making fun of them. But yeah. Okay, why do we have... Oh no, these are just the... Is that it? I feel like something else should be down here. Whoops. Should try jumping. No. Should not try jumping. We were just talking about it. Oh, another one of these. Oh, shoot. He's gonna break my... I don't have room! I don't have room to heal. Or even clean my... Oh, God. See how he... See how he breaks my posture? I guess it's no deal. Easy. Oh shoot. Oh god. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to jump. My god! There we go. No! Heal! No, he's getting all his... Yes! Get out of here. Alright. Large fan, yes. Oh? Ooh. Sunken Valley Passage. Now, apparently... Oh no. I don't understand where this one is. It's another path. It's what it was, what it do. No. No, 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 no. No. Mm-mm. There be another way. I don't know which way. Is it this way? It's this way. It's not this way, but there's the item. Jump Street? Yeah. 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. Where am I now? It's gotta be it. No, 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 no. The movies, not the show. Oh, I have no heals. Stop chugging then if you got no heals, dipstick. Where's the... Alright. I got what I needed. This might trigger me. Not the show, dude. no, 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 no! Oh! Well, he's just a cameo in it, that's all. But that's the movie. That's 21 Jump Street. This fish needs to stop, dude. You like that, huh? What's your problem? Something. I already killed one of those, or at least injured one. I don't remember. It's a while ago. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Nice. Nice! No! Oh, and he's gonna just... Oh, it killed me anyway. God dang it. Not gonna tolerate these monkeys. Does that monkey have a gun? Listen here, monkey. Put that down. Oh, he fell. What else is going on around here? You had purple eyes. Purple. That would be crazy. There's an... Oh, there's a few items. Oh, God. Red, yeah. Purple's nuts. That'd be crazy. I don't know why this goes down so far. This is... Ready? Kill them all! They're lagging. There's so many monkeys, they're lagging. This is not Planet of the Apes, my friends. Oh god. I refuse to get mauled by the monkeys. Piss off! Stop this madness. I'm Clayton the Monkey Slayer. I never saw Twilight. Monkey booze. Sheesh. That was insane. I think that's an idol over there. There's a fire. I read about the heat wave a little. Or, I don't know if I read about it. I might have just seen a headline, but I heard it was turning lethal. Okay, before I fight this thing. Sussy Bakas. Nice. Nice, dude. I need to check now. I'm at the point in the game where, in order to get the platinum, I need to be careful. So... I need to make sure I have everything possible. Make sure you have everything from Ashina Castle at this point. Okay. Gyobu's Broken Horn, I believe I have. Iron Fortress, I have. Wasabi Maru, I do not. I don't think I have that. Okay, so... Travel, Ashina Castle. Your aunt thought your dad took the grandma to see Minions? That is amazing. Thought people from your Stone Age were crazy, but... Not me. Girls were. Girls were. You are right about that. Girls were crazy about that movie. Ow. Okay, no. Oh, I think it's behind these dudes. Nope. Oh, right here. Okay, that's important to have. Oh my god. I just countered that guy. Just a second. Ah! Where am I? I need to find an idol. There's one. Yep, I know where I am now. Okay, now. Inventory. Gilbu's broken horn. Iron Fortress. Iron. And then the Sabimaru I got. Sunken Valley, Sunken Valley. Okay, that's taken care of. It's one of the worst songs, huh? Defeat so-and-so, defeat so-and-so, defeat so-and-so, defeat so-and-so. Okay, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. How do I make sure I have all these? The other question is there crap I need to be buying? My gosh, guys. It's always a bad song on TikTok. Part of the problem is, okay, like, he'll move to the dilapidated temple. Okay, that's fine. I got this. I lost a bunch of money. Wait, how much money? Okay, wait. Now I'm gonna go. Oh, this is the one I'm at. I'm right here. But he's gone. Oh, that's right. He was gonna move. Okay. So that's a no-go. If I'm not mistaken, though, I have every prayer bead that I need. And then now, Sheena, outskirts. Castle. Found it in a chest. That is back here, but it's in the same room. I probably got it. But if that's taken care of... Okay. It's cold in Portugal. I thought you were in the UK. I don't know where you are. That's probably the gourd seed right there. Okay, travel. So I could be wrong, but I might be ready to fight this ape. You're everywhere. Clearly. Clearly. Where's the corrupted monk? I know I'm being very particular right now. I just don't want to screw this up, and I'm not familiar with the game. I don't want to do anything unnecessary. Where's the... Oh. Oh, okay. Also, this guide said something about talking to an old woman. There's no old woman at the last spot, and there's no old woman here. So, I hope that's not important. Oh no, unless she's down here. Ooh. That don't look good down there. Okay, I don't know where she is. Here goes nothing, though. I think this is going to be a boss. Hi, big guy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. The best part... Wait, this has got something to do with something. Oh, God. I don't know if this is just going to be a straight up brawl or if there's a key, like a... something I'm supposed to do. Wait. And grapple to his head. What's the matter? We're doing good. I think. Not hitting at all. He's breaking. No! No, 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 no! No. I'm so close! Oh no. We don't play scared around here though, that's I tell you what. Oh dear. What? No! I was so close. I need to spend some of these skill points, I think. You freaking dirtbag. Is this really just... This is a brute force fight, right? Like, I'm not being stupid. Or wait, hold on. I haven't tried to block him at all. I think I just saw a big ape and I just never tried... Ooh, does he fart or something? What's that? Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Oops, wrong button. Ow. I don't know about that. Just having a tantrum. Nope! No, 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 not. There we go. Come here, pussy. I swing from the trees now. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Die, Tubbs, die! I'm gonna take all your mates too. All the female apes. I know you're hiding them somewhere. Oh no, that's not good. Oh! What's happening? What just happened? What just happened? What? No! Oh my god. No. Ah. What is going on? He's holding his head. It's not even breaking his posture. Oh my god. Okay, that is such a problem. no, 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 no. No. I mean, in hindsight, the ape with his head on is probably on the easy side. So I guess that makes sense. But boy, can you act? Uh-oh. Can you block this? I think it is possible. God. Oh my God. Well, I didn't even realize that's the sword in his head already. I didn't realize that's what that was. That's where it comes from. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my God. Oh. Hey, there has to be a better way. No! No, no, I don't even break his guard when I do that. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Do I have something that can potentially block that? Does the iron umbrella block that? No, 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 no. I'm gonna try. I have to go make it though. I think. Or wait. No, I'm actually wrong about that. Oh, all you do is this. Okay. I did not know. Oops. Dude, bro, can you stop wheezing? Oh, but it's gonna cost me to use this too, isn't it? I gotta be careful, but I need... Wait. And then... Oh, okay. It's R2. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. No. Mother effort. Are these crapping on me? Oh my god. Come on! Oh, I used my res already, that's right. That's not good. Here, you piece of crap. No! No! You dick! It does work. Alright. Monkey Man, yes. Some would call me the Monkey Man. Oh! He craps on me though. Laying there. My guy took a nap. Oh my god. How you doing, Ryuku? Do you have any tips? Yeah. That would, oh yeah, you don't like that, do you? That would spare me some struggle, but I think I would feel... It would eat at me. Oh no. Ugh. Need to conserve these if I can a little for the second part. That was such a rude awakening. The first time I discovered I had actually killed him. What's up, Mocha? What's going on? Ah! He's insane. Yes. See, I was proud of myself the first time I did this. How am I? As good as always. Doing my thing. I've been doing a lot more different games though. Oh my god. I played through every Dark Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Demon Souls. I play Rocket League. Fall Guys. New sub emotes. The animated ones? Mostly, almost. I'll still do Fortnite on PC. If I ever have like another like Valorant kick or something like that, or I'll play that on PC. I just enjoy PS5. Oh, this is so close, dude. And by close, I mean the terror bar, not this fight. How are you? What's new? Terror OP? It is. There was another terror enemy that I basically just skipped. Maybe at some point I'll have to kill him, but that time is not right now. Apparently there's items I need to kill him, which is fine. You're finally on summer now. I used to love summer. Summer break. Yeah, I'm getting crapped on this time. Oh no, my AirPods are gonna die. I don't know. Do I not know? Wait, am I able to pause this game? I'm gonna check after he decides to be a pussy and run away from me. Oh yeah, good, okay. I'm gonna pull these out. And we need to go. You don't know? Oh, yeah. I just mean, I don't have like summer break, but yeah, I like the summer. Even bigger excuse to be outside. Feels good. My brother and my mom have birthdays in the summer, so. And there's 4th of July, so there's good vibes during the summer normally. Our AC went out once recently, though. That was pretty bad. Well, I was in school. Although, the older you get, the more pressure is on you in school to just actually do something during your summer break anyway. Which, I never wanted to do. Like, once I got into high school, I think, it was always like, well, what are you doing over summer break? You better do something. And then in college, it was like, yeah, you better have an internship or something. And I was like, no! Oh yeah, I didn't even know that was an emote. Twitch allowed me to add more stuff, so I did. I was glad about that. Only thing we still don't have is channel point rewards. I really just feel like that whole system's a sham. Just got scammed for 900. Oh, I see. Yeah, it happens. If it's not the bread, that's no. You still took your breaks in college? Well, me too, but I was in engineering, so they were like, I wasn't supposed to be taking a break. I was supposed to either be working, doing an internship, or literally just not having a break. I was born to be miserable at all times, is what they wanted. Nice, another one. No, 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 no! You're in engineering? Did you finish? Are you still in it? Uh-oh. Don't do this to me. We are in dire straits right now. Thank you for the follow, Mocha. Welcome back. You didn't need it, you finished? Oh, okay, nice. Are you working now? Are you enjoying all that? Or do you do something unrelated? Oh my god. I tried to hit R2. I'm not used to using the prosthetics at all, which needs to change. He has another attack, though, that's not that one. Yeah, I can't block either. Get away from him! Oh, okay, yeah, see, I did chemical engineering, but if I could... I don't want to say if I could go back, I would do something differently, but I would be interested in learning programming even now, although... I took programming classes in college, and I did really well in them, but I think just from not continuing down the software engineering / computer engineering path, I didn't stay with it, and like it's like if you don't have something you're trying to make, I feel like it's hard to stay up with the programming, because it's like, okay, well, I know the language, but I don't know what to do with it. That was kind of I never went that far. But yeah, I mean, that's the profession that you could just do for a few years, like 5 or 10 years, and then retire if you get the right job, which is kind of that's what I would like to do. Unless I pulled an Elon Musk and decided I wanted to start trying to solve the world's problems or something, then if I found purpose in that, you know, but for me, I also find purpose in the little things, so in that sense, I wouldn't mind just being retired. Yeah. That's like, I picked my degree because I said, what's going to be hard and very broad, and I could probably do a lot with it, and that no one else is going to be able to do, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, so that's how I picked. Dude, he just ripped this game. Ow! But then I started streaming instead, which I love, but... my whole outlook has changed, though, too. Thank God. He did. He ripped right into my face. It's not the first time he's done it, but it's the first time he got to poison me from it. You dick. Ever since I got the hang of the combat in this game, this is definitely the hardest boss I've gone against. Just because of that ridiculous second phase that I really don't know how to handle. Because I feel like blocking does not really do too much. Oh my god. Like, that's what I learned about Sekiro, is that it's like, if you're clinking swords, you're probably doing something right. Like, don't try to dodge, just block. Because that breaks the posture. And oh my god. But with this, I swear to... He got me. Now this yeah, like I can't leave. Where's the door? Like, let's say I just wanted to leave right now. That's not a possibility for me. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa! What happened here? When did I press that button? Oh. Papa lies. Did you decide to watch Stranger Things instead? Is that what happened? He does lie. Dang, man. How dare he? Yeah, I hate you. Can't wait for Season 5, I cannot either. Season 4 was good. I'll never forgive them, though, for what they did. The only one concerned about the self-respect. I'm concerned about the self-respect of the people who give her money in hopes that they'll get noticed. And by her, I mean any female... The reason she's able to do that is because all kinds of weirdos are willing... Well, okay, I can't just call her whole community weirdos. I can't just say that, but... The reason girls are able to make their content just their body is because... Okay, maybe I can't even say that either, because I don't know what she actually does. But I'm assuming that's what it mostly is. Making a lot of assumptions here. I think that's the case. I mean, I'm probably right. I'm normally about 90-some% of the time I'm right. And I don't want to be right half the time, but I always end up to be right. that money to charity or a homeless guy, or give it to me, who again is going to protect the youth by actually enriching them with ideas in video games. No, I mean they should even buy themselves an ice cream, you know, or take a girl on a date with that same money. Hey, I've got $10 right here. Let's walk down to the store, to the ice cream parlor, you know, or give it to Ryuku. Yeah, he'll take it. Anything, honestly. Yeah, the people who want to get noticed like that, I'm like, dude, right? You guys, I tell you what though, there's some bizarre. Do a vlog showing off a new gas station. Oh. Is that really, is that for real? Or am I missing something? She's the main one. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me give you some, what year is it? It's 2022, right? Okay, I graduated college in 2018. So that was 4 years ago. The reason I say that is because I had a roommate who watched a lot of Twitch my senior year. I'm friends with him, even now. And he, you know, we would peruse Twitch while we're eating McDonald's or something. And oh my god. We discovered Amaranth. And at the time she only had like 2,000 viewers, not 10,000. And oh my god. And I used to get so mad. Like back then, old Clay was a lot more like you, Sandwich Bro. Like the stuff that I said was a lot more wild and unhinged. I mean, I was right. I just got completely dumpstered. I was right. But I was my words were very like, to the point, let's say. Whether anyone liked it or not. And I used to just get so mad. I'm like, man, how can this girl sit? This is before I started streaming too. I was like, because, you know, I obviously, at that point, I think I wanted to stream, or I was like curious about trying it, but I was like so mad. How can this girl sit here? All these guys, all of them, every last one of them just wants to see her naked. You know what I'm saying? A bit too much. We're a different breed. I know what you're talking about. There's just, I don't even know how to explain it. There's just certain people who, the way their minds work, you know what I'm saying? Like the way the mind runs, and it runs kind of fast, and it's very logical, but also lots of emotions beneath the surface, but you don't show that to people really. Your mind just, and yeah, I used to, but see, nowadays, I don't, it's only, if I'm not going to be in a relationship with the girl, and if I'm not going to be talking to the dudes that are like simps to the max or whatever, then it's not my problem anymore. Like, I can't fix these people. I don't agree that, like, I would never date, my personal preference, I would not want to be in a relationship with somebody like that, but I'm not. So it's like, I've evolved to the point where, for the most part, I just don't worry about it anymore. I'm like, more power to her if she can get away with that. Economics, baby. Need wholesome content? I agree. Well, that's the thing, is that's what I want to produce, is content that, I mean, not like I'm trying to educate people and change the world, but even if it can enlighten people just a little bit, you know, make them smile a little bit, make their day a little better, make them feel like life's a good thing, not a bad thing, make them feel like, you know, just have some fun. Like, that's what I want my content to be. And then you've got people who are like, titties! And it's content. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I love titties a lot. but it's like, if I wanted to, not that I recommend this either, there's this website called Google that I can just, if I really want to do that, I can get my fix anytime I want. I can put pictures on my phone. I can do a million things. Wow. But yeah, when it comes to content or whatever, I'm like, I want people, like, because I just have such a gripe with the things that people think are normal too, that were not normal even like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, really scares me. And like, the other problem that I have is a lot of impressionable people watch Twitch. So whatever these people are telling them and acting like is okay and normal and saying what's right and saying their opinion, you're talking to a lot of potentially very impressionable people. Yeah, I want to avoid the toxicity if I can, you know? I used to be very I'm still very, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'll rage, but I used to be a lot more toxic than I am now. But it was still for fun. It was still like, you know, but I'll rage, I'll like yell and whatever, but it's just for fun. But now I won't even really do that. I don't want to do that. I don't feel good about it because I'm like, okay, like, enough people do this. The sites I'm talking about I'm talking about Twitch too, though. I'm saying, like, even sites like this, these influencer people, these are not expert people. They're just people who are popular. And sure, maybe they've done something to get that popular, and again, they should get respect for that, but it's like they're not experts on things that they talk about. It's just opinion and advice. Yeah, it's, but you know, I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, well, I was never truly I've never been a mean person in my life, like, but, or like evil spirited, but even the older I get, the more that I realize, the more that I like to think I evolve, because I begin to understand more and more things, and I understand, like, the futility of so many different things. I really don't know how to fight this guy. I swear to God, watch me try to block him. I mean, you can block him, but it's, number one, hard to time, and number two, it's not hurting his posture any. Yeah, well, Dark Souls is a very wholesome community in my opinion. I mean, they're very memey, but they're very nice people from my experience. I've never felt more welcomed by any other game, any other community. You made me make some difficult choices, I didn't want to. Because I never wanted to ban you or anybody. You used to say things that I'm like, I'm just not allowed to have this on my stream, that's all. I had an IRL friend who didn't respect me streaming to the point where he thought it was funny to say stuff that's like not okay, and I straight up told him, like, I'm not playing with you, like, you don't respect me enjoying this, then, you know. But no, I mean, even being mad at another person's a waste of your energy. Thinking about crap you can't fix is a waste of your energy. But I know the struggle of still not being able to control your emotions. Like, it's like if you feel a certain way, it's like that's how you feel. It doesn't mean that you have to act on it. It doesn't mean that you have to. Yeah, that I got that guy in line now, but it was a long period of time. It was just so, like, messed up. Like, it's like, why Like, people that have a problem with what you do, it's like, that doesn't concern you. What I enjoy doing. Yeah. It's just, that was actually probably the best I've done. I think we can beat this guy. I just think it's gonna take a little bit. Yeah, I've had friends before that it's like they're just like they don't get it basically. But I think the older everybody gets, the more they get it. Looking back, it was crazy. Some good old 24. What's 24? Friends lost their minds to COVID. Dude, I think the pandemic really did make things weird. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to maybe check it out. I started watching these weird series on Netflix. I watched I watched The Unexplained, which was hilarious. And now I'm watching The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. I have it more on in the background because normally I'm trying to do something else, but I like that kind of show. It's kind of fun. 24 episodes per season. Oh, okay. Interesting. Each episode is... Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like a 24 hours. Thought America was all about social media. No. Well, the social media side of it is. That is what it's about. That's what people care about. Social media just creates such a warped perception of everything. And then, yeah, during the pandemic, that's like everybody, what they were primarily doing was using social media. Everybody's view of reality got completely changed. Like everything just felt different. I think it made people act differently. I think it changed their hormones. Oh no, dude, no. The hoe phase is not a normal thing, okay? The hoe phase is not attractive. If a girl has had a hoe phase, like all that sort of thing, they want the butts, they want the lip fillers, they want this and that. It's like, that's not attractive. It's literally not. Okay, like straight up, like literally, your habits are unhealthy. That's so backwards. The things girls want, it's not for men, it's for themselves, I think. I don't think it's for guys. Because the crap that they want is like, literally screams streets. And once that happens, no guy worthwhile is going to walk away. Like, why would they? He might have been referencing the last... Wait. I don't remember what he was referencing. Anyway, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, all this crap that girls do. And like the stuff they want to get away with too, I don't get. Like, they want to get away with being able to do all this stuff that's, like, just not... It's like, in my opinion, it's not okay. Gotta love Latino women. I have yet to try. Try one. I'll get back to you guys, though, if I get some results. No, you mother... Dude, I know. Oh my god. I noticed that. It was that viral video. I was like, when I was like 5 years old, she was already an adult and famous. And she looks the same. I think they know something. I think there's people, I know this is a conspiracy. I think there's people, like, I don't know if it's in Hollywood or where, I think they know something about anti-aging. Oh no. Not anti, like their skin, I mean. I think they know something that we don't know. Like, we like to put a lot of products on our face and think we need to do all this stuff. I bet you whatever it is, it's like really simple. I bet you there's like at most like 1 or 2 things you put on your face. If even that, and like you get clear skin. You believe it? I mean, dating a girl with more than 30 bodies? Oh my god. At your age, 3 is way too many. Tom Cruise. Yeah, some people. Do I have skincare? Not really. I just, like, if I start getting acne like I have right now, I might put some product on it to try and get it to turn around. And then I can sometimes go a while without putting anything, but I genuinely believe that there's probably something I could do for my face that would make it, I don't know, that would make it like even more like tight and like clear. You just use soap. Yeah, well, you know what I learned recently on my own? Oh, this guy just... is that, you know, shampoo. I used to wash and condition my hair like every day, okay? And it was very silky smooth. God dang it. Very, no peanut butter. It was very silky smooth, but what I found is that if I, like, look at my hair right now. Look at how it's literally stuck like this. Now, it doesn't smell... But this is just if I don't wash my hair every day. It'll actually do whatever I want it to do. And it's still soft, it's still clean, but I stopped washing my hair every day. And it's like, because I did that, I'm like, wow, so this whole time, but you know, that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, this whole time, I've been sitting here thinking that I need to do that every day or like something bad's gonna happen. So how much money did we probably spend on shampoo and conditioner just thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna be dirty if I don't use it. But my hair actually, like, I like the way it looks better when I just don't wash it. And yeah, the oil, the natural oil helps it hold together. But yeah. Yeah, but that's, so then I started thinking, like, because food's the same way. We're convinced about a lot of foods, but I genuinely think there's lots of foods that, like, or, you know, here's the thing in America, and I think this is actually happening everywhere, I'm sure it is, but America's obviously the, yeah, I know, for real. It's a sham. It's sham, and then you take the word sham out. It's a sham, and then you're left with poo. Why would you put that in your hair? It's disgusting. But America's like the epitome of, like, we all are fat, right? We all eat unhealthy and get fat. But here's, like, the thing that nobody is considering is, like, we consider this normal. Like, Americans don't. And I know there's fat people all over Europe too, so I know it's everywhere, but America's the most, I guess. But we don't even think about it. We just eat and drink garbage all the time because it's normal. We get huge I mean, not everybody. Some people, there's health problems and there's various, like, it's not all about getting fat. It can be cholesterol. It can be different health problems. But what I'm saying is that even I, like, I hardly think about it. But it's like I can just go to the store, say, oh yeah, this thing is probably healthy. And now it's coming out that, like, seed oils aren't good for you. This and that's not good for you. All this stuff you thought was, like, okay. Like, if I go get a bag of chips and it has seed oils, it's like, oh, well, maybe that's actually not even the best thing to eat. It's like, we would never think about that. So, but in the grand scheme of life, you would think that health would be like the first thing. Mass production. Right, so mass production's cheap. Putting certain ingredients in foods to make them taste better means more people will buy it. Right? Like, why sell the thing that's healthy when you can sell the thing that tastes good? So, from a capitalist standpoint, it's good. But my opinion is not, oh, capitalism is bad because of that. My opinion is we should be educated. It's up to us to educate ourselves and decide. And maintain our freedom to decide. I want to eat this or I want to eat that. Because I understand the consequences. But we don't even know. So we just say, well, this looks good, or this is probably healthy, or, oh, I could eat these cookies if I eat this banana later. Or it's like, that's not how it works. But like, health should be like one of the first things you learn and know about, like keeping yourself alive. But it's just that it's not even in our culture really to even like do that. You need a little, because like you need to know that like dyes are supposedly, I don't even have a good education on it myself. But like the dyes are bad for you. Like Red 40 and all those dyes are banned in lots of other countries. They're not banned here. I don't necessarily think they should be banned, but if nobody told me it was bad for me, I would have never batted an eye at it at all. And so like I'm not even saying this either to judge the people that do eat unhealthy, or the people that are overweight, or the people who, like, whatever the case is. I don't care. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we're so like conditioned and used to like a certain lifestyle because it's what everybody around us does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do we need to use TikTok? It's because everybody's on TikTok. So we want to know what's happening on TikTok. But no matter what you think you're learning on TikTok or what you think you're getting from it, it's like, for example, this is just a random example. I don't even know if it's a good example, but it's like, you're just used to doing that, but that's not adding any quality to your life. That's just something that you do. Well, no, I'm not judging people that do it. I'm just saying it's overall, in a general sense, it's not something that people concern themselves with. And I wonder, buying fast food? No, just buy it, dude. Heck yeah. I'm not saying, dude, I eat garbage too. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying though, right? It's the same with that. It's the same with everybody thinks it's normal, and to all the generation on Twitch is gonna think it's normal to watch titty streamers, titty and bikini streamers, and try to get their attention. Like, that's gonna be normal. They're not gonna understand, like, you know, that's weird. And when their girlfriend is acting like, you know, talking to a lot of dudes on the side, he's going to think that's normal. He's going to think, oh, well, that's just the way girls are. It's like, no, that's not normal. And it's like all the men are left with the boys are left with no confidence. The inner jealousy in you would... Well, that's what I mean. The inner jealousy is normal. That's a normal human trait. That is literally a normal... Especially if you're a guy, because guys generally have protective instinct and territorial instinct. I've heard that dude say that too, but it's so true. And then it's shamed, and then you're shamed for it. Oh, you're jealous. You're this or that. It's like, no, it's like, why would I want that? But no, now we're in a generation where it's like, oh, let me just look at, titty streamers all day, and then they don't understand, like, and then you're afraid to talk to a girl in real life, and it's like, people come to me and they say, oh, I want to, it's like, oh, dude. Like, there's nothing wrong with feeling competitive. There's nothing wrong with, like, wanting to work out to look better than other people. Or not really. I mean, sure, whatever. Again, I don't recommend comparing yourself to other people, but there's nothing that wrong with it. But there are so many things right now that are considered normal that, in my opinion, just should not be normal. And it's like, the reason that they're normal is some of it is because we're accepting it too. We're saying, yeah, like, we'll put up with it. We'll put up with, everybody telling us what to do. I mean, I think the same way about the government. I mean, I don't want to be too, like, political because I don't have any really political affiliation anyway. But to me, it's the same with the government. It's like, you can let them tell you what to do, or you yourself can be an upstanding citizen, and I'm being an idealist here too, but like, the community as a whole, in my opinion, should be upstanding citizens, and we should maintain as many rights as we can. Versus saying, well, let's let the government, let's see what they tell us to do about this. It's like, well, no. Why don't we want to be autonomous? You've been with women like that? Like, an OnlyFans girl? It's just not for me. If you want to do it, but it's not for me. I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's healthy. I think it undermines a good relationship. You just never be loyal. Right. Well, it's just... That's what I mean. But... Finding a person that has the same values as you, I think that's the hard part. And then obviously you got to work with them some to cover the rest. But it's like, if you are with a girl that thinks like that, all that stuff is okay. It's like, dude, that's so wrong. In my opinion. Of course, I'm sure there's guys that don't care, and I think there's a lot of guys that lie about not caring, because I think, again, they don't want to be called jealous. They are afraid of being called jealous. But it's hardly jealousy. It's even being territorial, or it's being protective, or it's like, hey, like, this is what I want from a relationship, is something special. You know what I'm saying? So why would I put up with that? What's so good about a relationship if all that stuff's going on the side? Like, that's what makes it good, is when it's for you and the other person. They don't even know what OnlyFans is. Dude, I feel like you could go to the most remote country, or like find one of those tribes in Central America and go to the women, and like, I bet you they all have an Instagram. The OnlyFans, and again, some girls make a lot of money on OnlyFans. It's like, more power to you. Again, I don't know why you would spend your money Like, there must be billions of, like... Dude, stop doing this. There must be, like, billions of titties you can see for free online, but because you want to see, like, a particular girl, you would spend money to see it. And I'm like, aren't we past that? This headset's pissing me off. They're only fan... Well, not all of... Well, again, we gotta be careful because... We can't forget. We have to give our attention to the good women. I think that's the solution. Instead of hating on the women or acting like, oh, it's a problem, I think that the main, like, solution is you just ignore. Like, if you're not with it, you ignore it. You keep it out of your life. And put your attention on the good women. Like, know what you... Like, a lot of people know what they don't want sometimes, but you gotta know what you want, too. If you know what you want, keep your attention on that. If a girl shows you that's not what you want, then you kind of know, and then you're good. Might get noticed in a DM. I know. Dude, but again, why are you... You know what I mean? Like, let's say you get noticed. Okay, congrats. Now you... Like, what? Now you're a step closer to being with a girl that, again, has an OnlyFans. And has all kinds of dudes, like, looking at her. It's just not... It's not for me. It's not for me. Latina and Asian women? I think it depends. I think it's just the right woman. You gotta know what you want. Don't settle because you need to value yourself. Know what you want and know that you can have what you want. As long as you're fair. I mean, you do gotta be fair, but you don't gotta compromise on stuff that you don't want to compromise. I mean, you can't just be like a prick or a controlling person either. If I'm with a girl, I always make an effort to not be controlling whatsoever. But it basically comes down to you either I like you or I don't like you, and that's it. No hard feelings either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I won't sit there and say, oh, you know, I'm not about this or that, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Say, if that's, you can do it if you want to do it, but it's just not for me, then. This guy's insane. The Western society. Yeah, well, supposedly Eastern European as well. I've heard that Eastern European women are... They still have more values like that, where they don't need to be, like, doing all this crap. They believe in, like, having a family and that sort of thing. But these women exist still. So they just gotta be aware of them. That's how you'll find them. That's my opinion. Yeah, I've heard Eastern European, probably Asian too, because they just don't give two crap. I think that women want to be happy here. I think they think that what they're doing is what makes them happy, but I think it's stuff that they've been told. I mean, guys have been told all kinds of things too that aren't true. It's not on the women, but it's like they've been told, oh, you know, you'll be happy and fulfilled if a lot of guys like your Instagram posts, you know? That's not the case. That's the real problem, is people need to be happy, and what is being fed to them by the media or whoever's doing it. Somebody's got to have an agenda. Whoever's doing it is telling them a lie, that they'll be happy if they do certain things. It's the same with men, too. They say, oh, we'll be happy if you do this, X, Y, and Z, And that's how you're gonna have a good life. And it's like, no. Oh yeah. Dude, when I was like 12, my parents were movie holics, movie junkies, and I was already like seeing stuff with them. It's like, well, but even before that, I think I knew how much I liked the female form. I'll put it that way. But I think it's just a matter of I guess I don't know. None of them are white. There's good white girls. I'm sure there are. Again, social media. This is why it's warped. Your perception is warped. Because not all women are like that. But on social media, it is a much larger amount. Like if you go on Twitter, every girl you see, it's like, oh my god. But in real life, it's not like that. In real life, we go to the grocery store, people let us cut because we have less items than them. It's happened multiple times this summer alone. I'm like, wow, people are nice. Like, they're just, what the frick is this move? This headless monkey has no chill. I can't block him either, I'm trying. I'm only, oh my god. No, dude. Yeah, every guy has that Clayton 11 phase too, where they come into my stream for a couple years, screw around, leave, come back. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, that's my thing now, is trying to, like... I know that, because my other opinion on this too, I don't know how to, this TikTok host. Just, again, like, that's your reality if that's what you see. Just... It's the way it is. But, dude, this headset is killing me. I need a new one. I was gonna say, the problem is, like, so you know what's right from wrong, right? But then you still have either bad habits, or you're stuck in, like, emotional loops. Yeah, not always. I know what you mean. That's always there, but, like, that's like your life force right there. Like, that's literally, like, for example, if you had your peep removed, if you were, dude, it's getting worse. You know, if you had your wang cut off, it's like, why live at that? Why do literally anything? I would not want to do literally a thing. I would just want to be dead. Ooh, I will snap. Ooh, yeah. You probably die. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why live? Why would you want to be alive? I'd literally want to kill myself because I don't. But my point is that, like, if that's the case, that must be where all your energy comes from. You know what I'm saying? That's where it comes from. Hope TikTok gets banned. Wait, remember when Trump threatened to ban TikTok? There was a time where I actually thought he was going to ban TikTok. Or I didn't think he was, but I thought, like, a genuine risk, like there was a genuine possibility that TikTok might get banned. And, like, TikTok was my pride and joy at that point. So I was a little bit, like, sad. But, what I was going to say is, like, even when you know right from wrong, or, like, when you know how things should be, or even when you reach that understanding that, you know, it's not all bad, it's just that it's just what you're seeing. Then you have to still break like the addictions your body has, like the emotional addictions. Like, I think what happens is your body gets addicted to certain states and certain chemistry, and you don't even know that it's happening. But then what happens is, because of that, you're actually manifesting, because you stay in these habits, you're manifesting the same circumstances and you're projecting a predictable outcome in the day to day, so that your body can keep getting its hit of the same emotion that it's addicted to. Those brain chemicals, I think it's in your whole body. I don't even think it's just I think your whole body is your mind. But I also think you have a mind that's higher than your body mind. But I think what happens is people's body mind, people let their body mind become their mind. Meaning, if you don't water the garden, if you don't plant your own seeds in the garden, weeds take over. And so your body, you get high on the dopamine. It's all kinds of chemicals. Your body, if you do nothing, your body will dictate what you do, and you won't realize it's happening. But again, when all you're doing is reacting to your circumstances, and when you're so focused outwardly, you are creating that same pattern to happen again, because you're letting the chemicals drive you, and what your body wants drive you, because either it feels good or it doesn't feel good. I think it's possible to be addicted to depression as well. And I do not say that lightly, as far as like saying, oh, it's their choice to be depressed. Like, it's a very real thing. But I think what it is, like, if you're a heroin addict, for example, it's like, oh, well, this guy's on heroin. He's addicted to heroin. That's his problem. But when you're depressed, it's like, well, we don't know why he's depressed. But it's like, okay, maybe the body has become accustomed to a certain chemical state throughout itself, that it keeps it wants to be in that cycle because it's addicted to that cycle. And you'll get the same thoughts too. You'll get a feeling, and then you'll have thoughts, and the thoughts will create more feelings, and those feelings will create more thoughts. It's like that's just your body. But I personally believe there's another higher mind. Right, well, and I'm not saying you shouldn't never do it. But now, if you have an outlook on life, or if you're experiencing a life that's making you cry over and over again, you know what I mean? Like, if it's like every couple of days you feel like crying. Or if you feel like, you know, oh, I keep trying to be happy, but then I always rubber band back to this sadness for some reason, and I don't know why. It could be that. Yeah. Too much anything's bad. Yeah, that's true. So I'm not saying don't express or don't whatever, but I think that there's a level to it where like your body's trying to get one over on you almost. And by distracting us, by us being distracted with TikTok and all these social medias and video games, movies, everything, I think when we're so distracted, we have no intention anymore. And with no intention, we can't enforce our own ideas onto our life, if that makes sense. Like, if you can't focus on what you want, then you're just in your body pattern. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine. Like, if you feel like an impersonal, like, emotion at the movie, right? To me, that's normal. But like, if you go through life and you can just tell, like, if you think about how you feel on a day-to-day basis, and like you check in with yourself throughout the day, and you're like, you know what, I'm not happy. Like, I don't like the way the world is, or I don't like this or that, or I'm not happy about something. To me, that's a sign. That's a sign that your life could improve. My face is bleeding now. That sucks. Shouldn't have scratched it. But that's a sign to me that your life could actually be better, and that like there's something that you might be able to figure out. Yeah, I know. It's like we were talking about skincare earlier. I do need to get. I've been now putting some crap on it because every once in a while I'll get like an outbreak. I'm like, does this ever stop? Like Washington crap. But I think there's a higher mind that exists. It's like your conscience, basically. And if you can overcome what your body's telling you to do and do what you want to do, I think that's when you win. I think you either enslave your body or your body enslaves you. And I think that most people's thoughts come from their body. There's some that don't. Like, I think if you have thoughts that are bad, I think 100% that's coming from some pattern in your body. And or obviously something from outside. But again, I would consider that the body still. And then, but I think there's a level of mind where, or spirit, or whatever you want to call it, where it's actually your will. It's actually what you want, or it's what you think is right, or it's what you think you should, or what you want to do. But you'll know the difference because in the long run, how it makes you feel. Like if, for example, if you want to, like if you want to overeat all the time because eating makes you feel better, for example. But eating, you realize that it makes you tired and it doesn't make you happy. Then that might be like a body thing. But if you exercise instead, like your values, like maybe you believe that you should be in love with your life, you should be in love with the things around you, you should spread this positivity and light. Like if you act on that, that's probably coming from your higher mind, or God, or your spirit, or whatever you want to call it. But like that's you. Your body's not really you in a sense. But that other part I think is actually you by nature. The happiness, I think that's you. And then the rest of it is kind of like, I don't know if I would call it an illusion or what you would call it, but that's what I personally think. I believe there's a lot of things that are an illusion to us. Like we believe things about ourselves that are true to be true, but if you think about it, the only reason it's true at all is simply because you believe it to be true. Like the reason you have certain preferences is because you believe yourself to have those preferences, or if you believe, especially like if you think you're inadequate at something, or you think like if you go into something and say, oh, I probably won't do good at this, for example, or you say, I don't know, something along those lines. Like a lot of it is just your own illusion, but you really don't know. You really don't know what's good for you, what's bad for you until like the end result either. And it's like this thing might happen to you, say, oh, that's good, but then it caused this is bad, but then this thing's bad, but it caused something good. And it's like, you know what? Do you really know? So in some sense, it's like but you make the choices and say, oh, this is good or this is bad. I was telling Sandwich Bro the other day, I was like, he didn't want to get rejected by some girl or something, and I was like, well, your judgment beforehand, like you getting rejected could be the best thing to happen to you, but you just don't know, but you're applying the meaning to it and it's making you feel a certain way, but the reason you feel that way is because you applied the meaning to it. Yeah, there's too many outcomes, so like, but it's not just that, it's the aspect of like you're the judge as far as how it makes you feel, or or what you make of it, right? Like, he could say, oh, that girl rejected me, I feel miserable now, I'm going to drink myself to death. Or he could say, oh, that girl rejected me, that motivates me to get better. Or, oh, that could have been the best thing to happen to me. But either way, it's the same thing happened, but he's now placed a judgment on it. Yeah, see, that's good. That's really cool. Yeah, congrats, too. That's the best. But yeah, that's the point I guess I'm trying to make, and we do the same thing with everything. Like, we put the markings on it. But otherwise, it is what it is, and who's to say? Who's to say if it's good or bad? But that's the way that I... Now, me saying that... Now, maybe you'll say, Clayton, you really seem to have thought about this a lot. Why have you thought about this so much? And the reason is because I'm the exact type who generally gets run into the ground by how they end up feeling, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of person where it's like, for example, if something, like, kind of gets me pissed off or gets me feeling down or gets me whatever, like, it messes with me. And I've always thought I've come a long way analyzing, okay, why does this bother me? You know what I'm saying? So that's where that motivation came from to even do that. Plus, just like stopping and thinking about all the other stuff that I do. Like, when I went through school, I reached a point where I was like, okay, well, now I'm at the end of this, but even still, I don't feel satisfied. In high school, it's, oh, you do it to get into a good college. In college, it's, oh, you do it to get a good job and whatever. But there's no point during that whole time where I felt satisfied. No, I'm a Scorpio, which is similar to Cancer. It's a water sign. So we're very similar, supposedly emotionally speaking. Like, we both have probably very deep emotions. It's just that I'm more of the bad boy edgelord variant. I don't know. I think that's the way Scorpios are. Scorpios, like, I swear it's like living life on hard mode, because everybody says that Scorpios are crazy, like literally crazy. I've heard people say, oh, I hate Scorpios, they're crazy. What are you? When were you born? When's your birthday? I mean, I've seen Scorpios that they can't stop. They just can't stop. They're crazy. But, and my mom told me once too, she's like, you're the only level-headed Scorpio I've ever met in my entire life. I'm like, I think to myself, am I level-headed? Well, I like to think so, but, you know. "5th of December, so I think you're a Sagittarius, if I'm not mistaken. You end up getting Subway? So, dang, man. I didn't mean to ruin your dinner. Bro, I'm all for McDonald's. You hit me up, you call me, say, well, you want to get McDonald's? I'm like, let's go. I have a buddy who's a Sagittarius. He's got a good sense of humor, but he irritates me sometimes. You love Subway? Oh, I see, okay. You're what? You're a Sagittarius. You are the adventurer or something like that. Those people, let me look them up. Sagittarius traits. I don't know. Independence, ability to do what they want, when they want, above all else. Adventurers, risk takers, have a sharp business and sports mentality. Emotional intelligence. They're funny. People that are funny, optimistic, idealistic, passionate, curious. I mean, those are just vague adjectives, but I have a good friend. Who's a Sagittarius. Yeah. Well, me too, though, and I'm a Scorpio. So some of it is. Some of it's like very general and very vague. I think a lot of people who talk about it are just like whatever. But there must be some. When I read about a Scorpio, I'm like, this is textbook. I'm like, this makes so much sense. I swear to God. I think the battle with being a Scorpio, or maybe any water sign, is like controlling your crap, because you have a lot of crap, but it's to understand how to work with it or use it or control it. It's BS. I think a lot of it probably is, but there are commonalities I've noticed between signs. I'm not kidding. Like, I've known a few Pisces. I have certain opinions about them. I've known a couple Capricorns. I think you're Earth. I don't remember. Or no, you might be Air. I don't know. Every Capricorn I've ever met has had an answer for everything, whether they're right or wrong, whether they've done the research or not. They just know everything. They're go-getters. Wait a minute. No, it's fire. Sagittarius is fire. I didn't know that. Interesting. Your best friend's a Pisces? Well, again, a water sign. Pisces is also water. I think those people just intuitively understand each other a little better. Like, they make sense to each other. I have another good friend who's a Pisces. And, I mean, we've never talked about this sort of thing, but we, I don't know, I've always felt like a mutual, like, just like unspoken type of thing. I don't know, but I feel that with all my friends too. I just feel like we all respect each other to some degree, and we're cool with each other. Oh my God, was she goth? Yeah, you are fire, dude. Then she ghosted you for no reason. Again, it's people, man. Anyone who ever leaves you, I think, is doing you a favor too. I have tons of little tidbit opinions, but you think she was a goth? I'm memeing, but I'm just imagining like a witch's hat and like makeup and stuff, like fishnets and boots. Ah, interesting. Try to fight this guy. I've been chilling, not fighting this guy, because I've been enjoying the conversation, but every once in a while we need to give him another go as we're talking. Or the opposite. I don't know I can be friends with anybody, like, honestly. I get along with people pretty well because I don't mind people. The people I have problems with are people who lie, people who steal, people who... I don't enjoy know-it-alls too much. But I kind of sit and I'm like, you do your thing. Suddenly you don't feel safe around me. We're not enemies. I have a good friend who's the same sign as you. We get along well, always have. Oh They don't. Capricorns never shut down. If we're talking about Capricorn. Capricorn, to me, this is like straight up slander, but to me, they're the know-it-all sign. I have a buddy who, like, he doesn't matter what I tell him, he always has. He always knows. Dude, I'm afraid of the ocean. I'm not getting in there. I think the water thing has to do with emotions, though. I think it has to do with, I think that's what it represents. Fire probably is like passion or something. You know, that's like, I think more what it's about. But that's my problem too, is like I normally won't say anything unless I know what I'm talking about. Or I will specifically say, I don't know, but here's my opinion or something like that. But I don't, even now, like when I'm on stream or whatever, I don't really pretend to say that it's anything other than my opinion or just my experience. Like I have people try to tell me like that, you know, if I have an experience, no, your experience was wrong. I'm like, no, it's not. I see, Sandwich Bro, I see. So, yeah. We're just a chill breed. Like, that's the truth, though. Like, to some degree, I do think water people are easygoing. It's just, again, especially Scorpios are known for being crazy, but I even think that Scorpios can be very, very easygoing people. They don't. Really, like, I just like let things unfold. Yeah, it is. But that's kind of, oh my god. Life is for the living, right? That's what I always say. Life is for the living. So, which means, or life is meant to be lived as well. It's two versions of the same thing, but like, if you're alive, it's meant for you to live your life, so if crap happens, it's like, that's the nature of life, but you're still living it. It's always a little, dude, it is, though. It is. It's the pushing a dude off the edge in Fall Guys for me. Like, that could put the biggest smile on my face in the whole day. Or it can be that one thing that somebody does that, you know, just changes your whole mood. I'm sorry, Sandwich Bro. I'm sorry to hear that. You can stay inside and be safe or go out and risk it all. See, I'm more stay inside and be safe. Well, I like to be cozy. I do like to be safe. I like to be in my own space. And I like my privacy. However, I have an urge to, like he said, to like go out and explore. Like, I like to see new places. I like to travel. I really have an urge to conquer. Even though I've, again, by trying to put a lot of, like, the craziness and, like, toxicity type stuff under wraps, I don't think I've shown it as much. And the fact that, I don't think that forcing things is a good way to go about life either, but that's literally how I've been, like that's naturally speaking, and how I grew up is Like, if I lose to you, I hate you. If you're better than me at something, I hate you. If I did not do the best, like, it'll piss me off, keep me awake. I'm like, man, that didn't go right. You know what I'm saying? Plus, as I've gotten older, I've developed more of an anxiety about going to crazy places and doing different things. I'm too aware of, like, all the bad things that can happen. Oh, I see so much more. Oh my gosh, dude. Just stay on his stick. Thank God, just chill. Oh no! I don't know. This discussion to me though is so much better than like, haha. As much as I love titties, for example, like this discussion is so much better than haha tits. Are you for real? You messing with me? For real? Holy moly. Ow! I think that goth girl put a curse on you. Oh my god. Holy crap. That's insane. Well, actually, I guess it depends how old you are, too. I don't know. I'm assuming you're relatively my age, but I don't know that. Ow. Take your meds, your GF will disappear like that. Oh, yeah, maybe there's a way to improve the situation, you're thinking? I think anything is possible, especially with the mind. I think it really is. Oh, you jerk. Bad ape. Oh no. Yes, die. Yeah, I think my vote's the goth girl did it. I don't know. $25. Oh, we're the same age. Nice. Oh. You're 16, yeah. Having a conversation with some adults. This is Adult Swim. You're in the deep end of the pool. Oh no. Oh, I blocked that. If I just sort of spam the L1 a bit. No, that one. Not that one, though. That did not work out for me. I'm literally only blocking for the sake of trying not to take damage. It appears there's either a certain position or certain attacks that I cannot block. Because that's normally who is around. Uh-oh. And now I have a problem. Ah! No! Block! I'm dead. You're a baby at heart. No, there's a lot of people, because I played so much Fortnite, dude, that most of my community's like that age. That's normally who you would expect to watch me. That was not bad. I feel like there's gotta be a way to make this fight easier. You're from Naz. Yeah, I remember. That was a big raid that day. I peep in every once in a while to him because I always want to see him basically like wipe the floor with boss after boss. But I'm more of a lurker though. I sort of just... You know. You want to see him fight the monkey? Me too, because you know what? This monkey's insane. There's gotta be something that I'm just like not doing. Or like there's probably... Naz is a guy that he one time raided my stream for like... It was like 30, 40 people, something crazy. And they were Dark Souls people. Very nice people. So it was a good experience. I met a couple people. The reason what happened is, I don't know if you know who Eric is. Eric of Lordran. That guy, he found my stream once. He came to my stream a few times, and I'm pretty sure that he recommended my stream to be raided. Pretty sure that's how it happened. Yeah, the whole... Let me... Listen. The older community... Meaning, like, not the Fortnite kids and not the Rocket League kids or whoever the heck. Those people are a lot nicer, normally. And a lot more chill. And especially Dark Souls fans are very passionate, welcoming people because they love it when someone decides to start playing the game that they love. It's always fun to get somebody into it. You try, yeah. Ryuku's... No! No! I heard it, dude. I heard that. You fat turd. I play more Fortnite than you? Dead. I've held off quite a bit, but I stick with it because, number one, I do like it. I'm not going to act like I don't like it that much, but also because I really do think it's like, it's an easy game to make content out of because they're always updating it. And like I said, that's how I grew my TikTok so big. So I've always tried to stay on that path. You can't do the building, you know. There's a zero build mode now, but it's still Fortnite, so you keep that in mind. Ends up to be the same game. Which some people like, some people don't. It's just, everybody's played it so much, I think, that it's very, no matter what they do to it, I think it ends up to be stale. Don't, listen, you're one shot, so. Someone even say I'm a Fortnite kid? Bro, I'm a Fortnite elder now. There's this. I don't like to talk about the fact that I play Fortnite because I feel like there's literally a social stigma from saying that you play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain people who, as soon as they hear you say that, they're like, oh. And, like, they literally think you're, like, an idiot or something. And the other thing, too, is, like, especially if I'm streaming, like, if I want to play another game, there's probably people that exist that would come to my stream, find out that I played Fortnite, and say, I can never watch this guy again. Oh, no, dude. Well, I actually did get one that way, but... But now I kind of see myself as a variety guy, but the problem with that is if you don't specialize in something, I feel like it's hard to really get people to know you. Like, I felt like it was when I only played Fortnite, as much as people complain sometimes, I feel like it was the only way. Yeah. It was the only way that I felt like I could get people to actually know me. Because now if I just do random crap all the time, I feel like everybody's like, who's this guy? Like, I think that's just the battle, is getting people to see you so many mother effing times that... Or if you're social. I'm not a social guy, which is part of my problem. Like I said, if I go watch someone else's stream, I will be more of a lurker. Like, I'll be there to watch the streamer, not to... I'm just not much of a talker. The only place I talk this much ever is this stream right here. It's the only place I've trained myself to do it. Otherwise, I'm the guy that will sit and I won't say anything for a long time. Yeah, it's fun. Ugh. Dick. Yeah, let me show you why humans are superior to apes. How do you crouch in this game? Yeah. Oh my god. Centipede hosted yeah. Literally. Slender finger. Found in the belly of the guardian ape, it is partially digested. Imagine that's the prosthetic he's gonna use. I'm gonna pull up a clip so I can mark it in the VOD here, and then later I can find it. Good lord, dude. I'm shake. I wish to imagine there's subtitles on my stream, right? And at the bottom, it just says, like, visibly shaken. Oh, shoot. A young woman's finger, you say? Yes. Okay, now I'm not 100% sure if... Yeah, that had to get through the it's like TSA was like, can you step aside? They were like, can your message step aside for a minute? Okay. Rest. Holy crap, dude. Now, if I loot this item, I think Ashina Castle will change. Now, to my knowledge, I have already looted everything I need from Ashina Castle. So, I'm not sure. You were pulling fall. Yeah, I remember that too. I remember. But to me, the other thing to me as well is that when I started streaming, and I've said this before about like my weightlifting and my other whatever other addictions I've had, I would like when I started streaming, like just video games was the end all be all, like that's all there was like that's how focused I was on it. That's how focused I can get on anything. But the problem is, again, like I had this coming to, I don't know, coming to grips or coming to terms or coming to like this waking up almost, or like this pulling myself out of and like looking at it and saying like, okay, like this is, I'm so deep in this that nothing else is like that's all there is. There's nothing else is balanced. But I used to be like so just, and it was Fortnite. So it was Fortnite. Need to be the best. Need to crank out as much videos as possible. Need to get people to the stream. Like boom, 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 boom. Like that's all I ever thought about was streaming. That's it. And then at some point, as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, well, this, well, yeah, it was. The problem is, more or less, like results-wise, I'm still in the same place. So I feel like I've made a good realization, because from that I have, yeah, well, maybe you have this to look forward to, but just know that you can turn all that passion and energy you have into intelligence and into, you can refine it. You can refine it and become, you can become me. I'm kidding, but you know, if you think that, if you like me and I remind you of yourself, maybe maybe you can use that as a form of inspiration, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe that can be a source of inspiration for you. I don't know, but I'm just saying that, because when I was your age, I didn't know what would become of me, and I don't know what's going to become of me in a year or 5 years or 10 years, but definitely when I was younger, I had no clue what would become of me. So you can look at that and say, okay, like, I'll be fine. Like, mentally, I'll be fine. I'll figure stuff out. You'll figure stuff out. You know what I'm saying? You'll figure it out. So anything that you're worried about right now, you're not going to be worried about. Oh, you want bigger arms? Well, you have this to look forward to as well then. But you have to go through your obsessed with lifting phase. That you have to do. You have to rush in from the gym. Okay, guns blazing, slam the door open, rip the pantry doors off, get the protein powder, unscrew the cap, frisbee the cap, because you don't have time. You don't have time for your anabolic window. So, and you take your scooper and you just dunk it, and you annoy everybody with your lifting obsession. Dude, I got called an a-hole so many times. I mean, I think mostly by my family. I think they're joking, like my dad and my brother. Oh, he's such an a-hole. But dude, I was obsessed before streaming. One of my other phases I had, I was obsessed with working out. It was just like, that's what I mean is it was the world to me. I didn't know that that's how much I was looking at it, but it was like, it was the world. Like it just revolved around that. And you have to stop, in my opinion, you have to stop putting other things at the center of your world and put you at the center of your world. I think that's the difference. But the problem is, the caveat is you can't just say, oh, well, now I'm not going to try at anything because I don't feel like doing it. And I don't feel like, and, you know, I'm not going to do this if it makes me uncomfortable, because that's not the point either. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I've got some more pics on my Instagram if you want to see some more arms. I like my arms. I take pride in my arms. Some. They could be bigger. My biceps could be bigger. My triceps could be bigger. Shoulders could use some work too. Front delts, chest, back. My back could be bigger. My legs. My legs could use some work. My glutes, my calves. Anyway. Your girl might get... I don't think so. I don't think so. She's going to have to deal with it. But, yeah, it's like... there was just the center was like, you have to be at the center. That's the difference. You have to be at the center. And then from that approach... Doesn't mean you have to be full of yourself either. But from that approach, then you have to be conscious. Then you re-enter the world of form. And then you go after something, and you will have to you probably will have to focus obsessively, but it will be, you'll know. I think you'll know why you're doing it. I think there's a frictionless way to do things. I think there's a smart way to do things. But I've always been more of my way, I'm going to force it. And that's how I used to do it. Now I'm like, number one, the stream has to be fun. I've done a lot of streams pissed off too. The stream has to be, I know what effect I want to have from the stream. So that's the priority. No matter how many people are watching, it has to be a fun experience. I have to have fun. Because that's going to be the best way for me to get other people to have fun anyway. But I need to enjoy everything about it. The people. The games. If I die, haha, it's to be laughed at. It's not... I would... You know... The most I did was I slammed my desk. I was never a monitor puncher, but I was a desk slammer. But... Yeah, that's the main, like, it has to be enjoyed, and it's not going to be enjoyed if I continually wrap myself up in, oh my god, I only have X amount of viewers, or I only did this well at this game, and I can't handle that, and that's what makes me upset. Like, if that's what I'm basing my fun off of, then that's the problem. But if I base my fun off of me having fun, and hopefully having other people have fun, and again, you want to get canceled. I'm reading what you're saying, Sandwich Rums. I'm sorry I'm on such a tangent. But the other thing I was oh my god, what was I about to say? It's about me having fun, da-da-da-da, so everyone else... Oh yeah. People always want to change the world, right? Yeah, I'm going to probably wrap this up too, because I got to eat really badly, and I need to stay on a little bit better schedule now. I'm so glad we killed that ape. I'm so glad. But what I was going to say is so many people, especially young people, they freak out. Yeah, they're going to be like, can you step aside real quick? For some... They actually did that to me at Disney World once, by the way. This is another tangent. One time I was at Disney World, and not TSA, but whoever security was like, can you come over here? They made me walk through a metal detector and put all my crap in a bin, and like, my cousin was there and he just laughed at me. I'm like, you dick. Like, it's not funny. It's just proper protocol, normal. They're making us safe. It was funny, though. But my last point is that lots of people, especially young people, myself included, get this obsession, this desire to just change the world and do everything. But in wanting to do everything, they do nothing. And they want to be the guy that does everything, right? But they overestimate what they can do in a short period of time anyway. But the point I'm trying to make is, a lot of times the minute details, like the little things, like you were saying, although I don't know if all that was a joke just to talk about your, but the point is that those little things, that can be huge. And those are things you can do. So, like, that's why I think people smiling or people realizing that, or trying to promote the idea that life is not a bad thing. It's for the living. It's to be lived. Like, by promoting that, which is what I would like to use the stream to do at this point, is that's plenty of purpose for me. Like, that's plenty of and it's something that I like to do. If that's how I can do it, cool. But that's plenty. Like, I don't need to be obsessed with, all the rest until it, because I want to truly, I want to dominate the whole. Like, I want to 100,000 viewers, like, best at all the games I play, blah blah blah. Like, but it's like, that's not gonna make me happy trying to constantly base my whole experience off of that. Instead, I can actually just focus on what I can do, what's in front of me. That's my philosophy anyway, but I think a lot of people get stuck with that because I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing, and they use social media like, oh, all this stuff is wrong with the world and it needs to be better, and they get all these big ideas, and there's nothing wrong with, I'm not trying to shut down dreams either. I'm saying that you might have future goals, but there is a right now, at this moment, right now. There's a right now, don't forget it. So if it's about, you can do like a little thing right now. I think that's where the happiness is maybe found. But this is opinions and theories, because my disclaimer is that I'm not a person that has it figured out or anything like that. So that's just my opinion. I'm not telling anybody how they should live or what's right from wrong. It's all just my opinions. And it's all just me thinking out loud and what I make of it anyway. But I will probably wait until next time to even loot this flower, but I'm like 90% sure it's fine if I loot it. But maybe if I don't loot it and the Sheena Castle doesn't change, maybe some other stuff won't be overwhelming. It looks like there's maybe like 2 more areas I could do, and then once I do that and then I loot these items, then maybe it'll be fine. But I really don't know. Maybe you have to loot both of them. I don't know. I'm not familiar. But I'll wait to make that decision, because there's no need to make it right now when I'm wrapping it up. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed, anybody who sees this. And this will be on YouTube. And I'll be back very, very soon. So peace out. Have a wonderful time.